They say a life that's been loved is a life that's been lived. And I can proudly stand here and tell you, Ajama's life was lived to the fullest. Ajama was born on 26 November 1932. She was the fourth of six children, and her father tragically passed away when she was only 8 years old, and her youngest sibling, Archie Ajaya, was only 1.5. Their mother was left to take care of six children and with no income. So she took on a teaching job and she raised these six children. And I only bring this up to tell you that Fatima and all of her siblings, they really made it out of the mud. That's the reason why all of them were very close throughout their lives until their respective deaths. And give me excuse me. It gives me some joy to know that yesterday there was probably a loud reunion with the Watsa sisters and their dear little brother. After her brother Acharya passed away in 2018, 6 years ago now, she expressed a feeling of sorrow and loneliness very often to us because she was the last of her family, the last of her kind, you could say. And so, like I said, yesterday was probably a joyous day. She married my grandfather, Mr. Ekport Dhananjaya, and moved to Bangalore when she was quite young, maybe 22, 23. And they both had jobs in the government. But despite growing up in abject poverty, both of them were known for their spotless reputation in the government. They did things the right way, honestly. And even now we have people who talk about my grandfather who passed away almost 20 years ago, bringing up his reputation for being a spotless government servant. And in her own words, ಕತ್ತೆ ದುಡ್ದಾಗೆ 40 ವರ್ಷ ದುಡ್ದು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಸಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So her children, my mother Naomi and Vasan, Ajay and Ajay made a life for them despite their modest circumstances, and the both of them were known for their generosity and their hospitality extended to everybody, regardless of family or anyone. They were hospitable to everyone and they were known for that in Bangalore, especially because they were one of the few from our family who moved to Bangalore first. They were known for their hospitality here. When she got older and she stopped doing the daily tasks of cooking, she turned her attention more towards doing to preparing things like some condiments and stuff. But she was known, she had a reputation for her wine. She used to make wine, which was beloved by everyone. She used to make pickle. And of course, every Christmas, the annual tradition of Christmas Tindi. One of my most vivid memories of Ajama is every year I would sit with her in December and we would make kalkal, zukuri, karakati, besan laddu, and my favorite chakuli. And Ajama did this, I think maybe until 8 or 9 years ago, until she was not physically able to anymore. But she had a passion for doing that, and she took pride in making the Christmas snacks every year. And yeah, when I was a child, we had these autograph books. So I used to get Ajuma to fill in one page every year. And every time her favorite hobby or pastime would always be singing. She loved music. Growing up in the Parsons Mission Church in Bangalore, music was an integral part of their lives, and she participated in the RTMC choir. She sang in the RTMC choir from 1962 until the early 2000s. So more than 40 years she was in the RTMC choir, and she took great pride because she loved choral music. Ajamma had a faith that was unwavering until the end, until she fell down on the 31st of October of this year. Her morning routine every day was reading the Bible, both in English and Kannada, and then accompanied by her daily devotion. Only after which she would move on to her daily dose of the news. And I'd like to say that even until she fell down, till her last days, she used to attempt the Sudoku every day in the paper and the crossword. We taught her to do Sudoku maybe 15 years ago, and she used to still attempt it. And towards the end, the last few years when her mind was fading, she couldn't admit that it was her, so she would say, "ಈ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅವರು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದು ಈಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್." They say the first grandchild always gets pampered the most, but I think I had it better as the second grandchild. For 24 years of my life, I lived with my grandmother, who loved me with all her heart. And from playing Uno and Solitaire with her and Shield Chick, back when I was very little, to her annual treats, not annual, every semester she would take Karan and I out for a treat to Lakeview. Those memories will be with me till the day I die. And as both of us got older, the caregiver slowly became the one who needed care. And I would like to say that we gave her as much care as we could and help as we could. Personally, I was very close to Ajamma because I was a loud, often annoying grandson who interact with her and make jokes with her every day. So when I moved out of home 2 years ago, I think those interactions are something she and I sorely missed. And on that note, I'm very glad to say every day when we would speak, or not every day, every so often when we used to speak, she used to, on the phone, her standard conversation procedure was, "ನೀನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರೋದು? ನನಗೆ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಸೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ನೀನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರೋದು?" Then I would say, "I'm coming in so and so days." Then she'd say, "ನನಗೆ ನೀನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಹುಡುಕು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗೋದು?" So on that note, I would just like to say that I'm very glad that I got to meet her last month for 2 days when she was still sharp. She hugged me, she even told me some old stories from her past. And I got to see her once on Monday, the day I came before she died. But at that point she was on fading. To sum her up, I would say, as a wife, she was devoted and loving. As a mother, she was nurturing and caring. As an aunt, she was fun-loving. She always had a ready smile for everyone. And as a grandmother, she was the best.